Yeah, man, so that's the main thing that we need to understand about religion, and its parallel to African people, man, all the way from Adam and Eve to the description of the Christ, and all the way to John chapter 8 when they called Christ the devil. They said, "Surely you got the devil, and surely you the devil, dog. You tell you cussing us out like this. You saying this shit." You know what I'm saying? So understand that's another thing to get over, man. For someone to call you the devil, or to call you evil or whatever, that's absolutely Christ-like, especially when you're doing it for a righteous purpose. And Jesus said that, which one of you can call me a sinner? Y'all read John chapter 8. I believe that, yeah, y'all read John chapter 8, verses 42 through 52. John chapter 8, verses 42 through 52. When Jesus was cussing them folk out and they called him the devil, and he said, which one of you can call me a sinner? And it's just like I said about Nat Turner. Um, who can call Nat Turner a sinner? And you can never call Nat Turner a sinner. You know, so us really needing to understand these things, man, in the story of Adam and Eve, and like how I said, all the way from the beginning to the end, this is African people. There's no other people on the planet. There's no other people on the planet who are still naked and don't know it and don't think of it as naked. Don't it doesn't register them as being naked, but African people. There's no other people on the planet, who are naked and don't know it, but African people. And the biting of the fruit, the fall of man, in the biting of the fruit was when we finally fell for, when we finally bit into the Western way, in slavery, when we was being broken from our ways. When we was finally broke from our ways. That was the biting into the fruit, and that was the fall of man. And it's been that ever since, because we continue to fall for his bullshit and go for his bullshit, man. You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing. We continue to fall for his bullshit and go for his bullshit. So that's the main shit. And that's the fall of man. The falling for his bullshit and going for this government's bullshit. 9/11. That's the fall of man. Ever since, people have let 9/11 slide, it's been over with, bro. Because we bit into, because we've been biting into the fruit all of American history. White and black people bite into the fruit. But 9/11 was just, it's been no excuse. 9/11 was the Trayvon Martin before Trayvon Martin. 9/11 was the Trayvon Martin of this nation. Okay? 9/11 was the Trayvon Martin of this nation, man. So, people really need to understand these parallels. People really needed to understand these parallels. Understand who Pat Tillman was, man. Pat Tillman had more money than all the soldiers. You know what I'm saying? Pat Tillman still went into the war. And when he went into that was an NFL football player. I believe he played for the Arizona Cardinals. And, still went to the war, man. And went into the war and ended instantly seeing that this shit wasn't real and none of this. And started writing his family and telling them, and then he ends up getting killed by friendly fire. You know what I'm saying? Because they knew, they was keeping an eye on Pat Tillman, and they knew if he would have made it back to America, he would have been bigger than the president, bro. This is a football player, NFL football player that went for it, that went for the bullshit, and he ended up seeing it. So he would have been bigger than the president, man. He would have been a political figure, whether he tried to be or not. You know what I'm saying? So people really need to understand those things and understanding, all the bullshit, man. The stop the bullies myth, the stop the bullies myth. That's bullshit. We got the biggest bully over us and we ain't said shit to him. So what we look like standing over these kids talking this stop the bully shit, that's really hypocrisy. That's really hypocrisy like hell. Stop the bullies and the save the children bullshit. Save the children shit. The adults need to be saved first, like I said, man. You gotta save the children stuff, and the adults need to be saved first. It don't make no sense to save the children if the adults are still messed up out here, man. What sense it make to save the children when they going home to these messed up parents or grandparents who taking out their frustration on them? You know what I'm saying? So that's why we say the children, and that'll trickle down. We say the parents and the adults, and it'll trickle down the children. But we say the children, what's going to happen when they become adults, or what's going to happen when they go home to these stressed out adults who don't know how to respond to life. You know what I'm saying? These are the questions, man, that we really must ask, dog. And the things of religion. And all the things of religion, man, because it really makes us spiritual prostitutes when we don't ask questions, when we don't demand to know, and when we give up our divine rights. It makes us spiritual prostitutes. Off top, man. You know, the way we accept the way we accept the unacceptable. You know, this is exactly what it is, man. Exactly what it is. You know. And we gotta understand we have the beaten wife complex, man. We really have the beaten wife complex. All of America, you know. It's like we are Tina Turner and America is Ike. Whooping our ass and telling us, bitch, perform and get my money. Work and get my money. Eat the cake, anime. You know what I'm saying? That's black people. That's our relationship with the government, especially. I mean, that's everybody's relationship. But like I say, black people, we are the template for everybody else's struggle, dog. That's why we the strongest, man. We the shit. You know what I'm saying? So, but right now, man, we have the beaten wife complex, you know, and we are Tina Turner and America's Ike, whooping our ass, telling us to eat the cake, anime, work and perform and get my money. You know what I'm saying? And you know, we have the beaten wife complex mainly because, you know, we get killed and whooped and beaten for absolutely nothing. But still with our religious programming and this bullshit religious programming, we still sit up and we say, you know, we gonna be a good people. That's a beaten wife complex, bro. That's mentally ill. That's mentally ill, and that's some zombie shit. All of the mentally ill shit I point out is some zombie shit. From white people hating Obama, and he got a white mother, but trying to hate him for being a black man. That is zombie shit, and that's completely equivalent to, you know, people following Hitler and him saying that everybody should be blonde hair and blonde and blue eyed, but this motherfucker got brown hair and brown eyes, bro. You know, so. The Constitution, I'm going to put it like this. The Constitution is Hitler, and the American people are the Germans, whether you white or black, goddamn. The Constitution is Hitler, you know, and because it was written by slave masters. So that would make you, the American people, Germans, you know, and it's mentally ill. It's all mentally ill. So, you know, us really needing to understand the depth of this mental illness, man. You know, the depth of this mental illness. And that's why I say we have the beaten wife complex, because especially black people, it started with us, you know, because we're the strongest people here, man. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, like I say, we continue to get killed and beaten for nothing. You know, we still, you know, with this religious programming, we still, you know, declare that we're going to be a good people, a better people. Bruh, that's the most mentally ill stuff on the planet, dog. You know, and see, you know, it's we must understand, man, you know, that extreme education is gonna put people out of jobs, but it's supposed to, because education is supposed to beat jobs. Education is the key to, you know, the new world. Is the key to the new world. But all of these people don't want to educate you in fear that they're going to be out of their positions. And you know, from your pastors to your motherfucking teachers, from your pastor to your college professors. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a very challenging situation for them and their egos. You know, and it's just like last year when I got kicked out of that church for asking a question, bro. I got kicked out of a Bible study for asking a question, man. You know what I'm saying? And he kicked me out for asking. And he kicked me out because the question I asked was, "Dog, if God didn't have nothing to do with Cain and Abel, then how in the world did he sanction murder for the rest of the Old Testament?" You know what I'm saying? And I broke it down because that was the white man. There was no other people that was killing other people because they didn't believe what they believed but the white man. You know what I'm saying? The white man was burning up his own women at the stake, you know, and calling them witches, you know, thousands of his own women because they wasn't going for that shit that he was talking. You know what I'm saying? So the God in the Bible that's killing up everybody for not following his law, and that's American today. If you don't follow American law, they gonna kill your ass. You know, so the God of the Old Testament is the white man, dog, point blank period. And he kicked me out for fucking for asking the question and then answering my own question. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't want the people to even think about that shit. But see, the whole point was they not going to God's church. Y'all go to that pastor's church. You understand? And that pastor church is his business. You know, y'all don't go to God's church. You know, none of you, no matter, I don't care who you don't go to God's church. You go to that pastor's church. You know, you go to his business. That's his church. That's his business. You understand? That's his trap, nigga. That's his Carter. He's Nino Brown. He's Nino Brown. You understand? So man, you gotta understand the parallels, man. And understand how people just trying to gaffle you, man. You know, and all because they have exalted themselves above you on some Satan shit, and they really don't even know it. And their ego has taken over to where, you know, they don't want to come down, and they don't want to wash your feet. But Prophet Williams, man, shit, I wash your feet. You know, pride shit. You know, this real, man. I bow before my people. I kneel before my people. I give my life, bro. You know what I'm talking about? It's real shit, man. You know, and like I said, man, you know, y'all going to these pastor churches. You ain't going to God's church. You are God. You are God's church. I mean, the body is the first temple anyway. You know what I'm saying? The Bible is the first temple anyway. But I come to liberate the minds of my people, dog. You know, I come to liberate the minds of my people. But that pastor is just like these teachers in these universities. And these pastors are just like these teachers in these universities. Don't want to really teach you no real shit because they going to be out of goddamn job. You feel me? You feel me? And that's exactly what it is, man. You know, they keeping you from the simple, true key that you deserve by nature, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep you from the simple, true key that you deserve by nature, you know. Because he'd be out of a job. And he'd be off his fabricated, exalted throne that he's made for himself, you know. And you really got to know. You really got to know. You know, you really got to know. For real. Exactly what's going on, man. Exactly what's going on. So, man, you know, and just like I say, dog, you know, us knowing history is the most important thing because they replaced our history with their face, like the movie Lucy. You know, I don't think I even discussed the movie Lucy. I said it was going on in the theater next to me. But, dog, the movie Lucy is about this, you know, Scarlett Johansson, this white woman playing, who, if you look up Lucy is the first black, is the oldest skeleton that's ever been found on planet Earth, and it was found in Africa. You know what I'm saying? It was in Africa. It's the skeleton of a black woman. And also, Lucy is the god of the voodoo Yoruba, of the Yoruba voodoo tribe. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what they call God, Lucy. You know what I'm saying? So it's amazing that when they bring out the motherfucking movie, it's a motherfucking white one. Ain't that some shit? But this is what they've done to black history, and this is what they're going to continue to do, you know, until we really, you know, take over our shit and, you know, speak up like the lions that we are, you know, and come from the bloodline, the true bloodline that you know, we really come from, man. You know, like I say, man, it's your boy Prophet Williams. Y'all already know what it is, man. It's 400 degrees. Just wanted to drop that on you, man. Love. Y'all be safe, man. Peace. Blessings. Chill.